Hello there you, and welcome to the no man's land trenches of Hive Tertian, where today the remnants of the corrupted Mobian 6th are going to be fighting it out in a battle for domination with the Krieg Regiment siege specialists. As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Now, let's get on with the slaughter. Here we go, ladies and gentle giants, in what promises to be an absolute mega battle today. The Mobian 6th meeting the Krieg Regiment here in no man's land, and oh my, this is going to go absolutely insane. There's just 2.5 million chaos here, only 200,000 Imperial Guard, barely a regiment here as our first clash takes place. The kriegers charging forward, shovels in hand, happy gas mask noises start to fill the battlefield here, and cries of anguish as poor chaos scum get their heads ripped from their bodies. Look at that, a glorious battle is ensuing here. Now, we've got some rather interesting terrain here. You can see no side is really using the trenches. This is literally a battle for the no man's land in the center. So what this means is that some of the trenches are actually preventing flanking maneuvers here for both sides. It's going to funnel units down to the center unless they start to fill up these trenches with the blood and ichor of each other. And look at this, we've got a massive amount of kriegers here pushing on our far right Imperial flank. Some chaos are coming up to meet them, but not many at the moment. They're struggling to get them reinforcements in. Some of the reinforcements here, look, they're actually split in two. Some trying to come down the trench line, but already started to fill with goo. This front line down here, though, is going to be absolutely brutal melee combat here. Shovel meets bayonet here. The Mobian 6th pushing forward. The Poxwalker Pestilence just completely consuming them. And look at that, you can see the Imperial Lehman Russes lending its fire support to the battlefield. Just eradicating vast groups here of chaos as they try to push forward. The floor underneath is already turning blood red. I mean, look at this battlefield. The kriegers here with a strong defense at the moment, pushing forward. Already a defilade of bodies has been created. If we go up to the far flank though, look at this. We have finally met the end trench line. Both armies just looking and jeering at each other, trying to find a way across the ditch. You don't want to fall in there. That's a sure way to die. But look at this. It does look like the Mobian 6th here have managed to capture the trench line for now. Are the kriegers going to have that, though? They're just looking at each other. In fact, it just looks like the Imperials are just blasting right into the side here of the chaos. They are literally just shooting them. The kriegers are there distracted and waving the shovels in the air. Meanwhile, the conscripts and the rest of the death corps of Krieg here just shoot it to the side of them. Our front line is holding for now. We're starting to get some really big blood lakes starting to appear here. Look at that though, a strong Krieger presence, a big thick wedge of Krieg. That's exactly what you need, backed up by all this firepower. Now we have got combined death corps of Krieg rifles in here, as well as a lot of conscripts. The conscripts are needed to bulk up any firepower. While they're not especially strong in this game, they are damn useful for meat shields. And look at this, the line is starting to thin. Is chaos going to break through here? We have got Krieger reinforcements coming in bit by bit. But yeah, this part of the line is significantly thinner than the rest of it at the moment. It's going to have to hold out for now. The kriegers, though, starting to push the trench line, taking the fight back to the Mobian 6th. And this is a real nice flanking maneuver over here by the Imperials. Chaos really struggling to actually get any purchase going. The kriegers have... Look at the body piles already, man. They're already insane. Even the floor is just completely blood-ridden now. It's absolutely magnificent. Brutal fighting across the front line here. Oh, look at that. Bullets whizzing through the air this way and that. Exactly what you need. Let's go back over to our flank on this side, though. Want to see what's happening over here now. Have they actually managed to push across yet? No, not yet. Look, they're still building up the bodies. The kriegers are in amongst the trenches, though, now on this side. They've found a way down. It's only a matter of time before they start pushing this flank. Again, look at this. Chaos really struggling to get the reinforcements onto this flank. Bit by bit here, the kriegers are edging forward, capturing ground. It's taken a lot of sacrifice. The chaos already losing almost 600,000. The Imperial Guard, 20,000. There are some numbers that we like to see here. But I love this front line. It is just absolute madness and carnage here. All you can see is just things flying through the air. Look at that. The chaos are trying to push, though. And the Kriegers have really pushed them back. Look at all this behind them. The viscous floor that has been left. I really want to see what happens on this flank, because I do think that I mean, just look at how many Kriegers are all built up here compared to the Chaos. The Chaos cannot get the reinforcements into this area. We've got huge overlapping fields of fire coming out of the Imperial Guard lines to back this up as well. So this should be quite interesting, because look at that. They've got quite a clear... They could literally go all the way up into the rear lines of Chaos here. That could be deadly, but the line does seem to be thinning out in areas. The Kriegers are taking a lot of punishment. We are still getting men charging forward, though, helping to plug them gaps. But the Chaos have just got sheer weight of numbers on the side. They have got a lot of Renegade Gunners as well, also supporting them. So the Chaos do have range units here. Uh-oh. Look at this, though. It looks like a demonic presence has been felt on the field here. As the plague-ridden start making their way forward. In fact, look at this. They've actually reached the front line over here. The Kriegers now in a world of hurt as the Demon Pestilence makes its way forward. The tide of green, and it's not the orky kind either. I wonder how orcs actually feel about the fact that a lot of Nurgle's stuff is green. Perhaps they almost see them as brotherly in some ways. I mean, I know orcs just want to fight. The orcs are some of the most noble creatures in the 40k universe, actually. It's really odd. All they want is a really good fight. They don't necessarily want to kill people. That's the odd thing. It's like, if they have a good fight with you, and they're happy and satisfied with the fight, they'll probably just leave you alone and go their own separate way. They're like Predator. That's exactly what they're like. They're just like Predator. Not necessarily about a kill. If you put up a good fight, they'll respect you. That's why they like Commissar Yarrick. Oh, look at this. I'm really worried about this Krieger line. We've got a lot of conscripts that have managed to push up to this front, though. That is a lot of support fire that we've got coming in. That's really good. That flank over there is absolutely magnificent, how it's just storming forward. But we have got significant chaos now in our centre lines, and I'm really worried about that. Again, the Krieger line's thinning out. This demonic presence on this side. Look at this. The chaos have actually broken through the Krieger line. Oh, no. The demons now are pouring forth over the no man's land. The line is starting to falter. You can see that the conscripts are trying to back up away from this. They don't want to get into melee combat with these dudes. We've still got a couple of Kriegers on this side, but look at this. Yeah, it looks like just a highly concentrated demonic push in this one area of the line. That is a crazy tactic here by Chaos. I mean, it's been really effective as well, actually. Rather than spreading the demons all over the field, they've just completely funneled them into this one area. And it has taken the Imperial Guard by, like, complete surprise, in fact. Look at this. They're barely holding on. Only sheer weight of firepower is actually keeping this at bay at the moment. But the Chaos are just pumping the reinforcements into this. You can see the Renegade Gunners are starting to build up on the high ground as well. It is a really brutal front line down here. The Plague-ridden are not to be trifled with. And now with the presence of Plague-ridden on the field, it doesn't matter if the Imperial Guard win, every single one of them will have to be killed anyway. Because they can't let this sort of demonic lingering presence lie here. I mean, the Chaos, despite not having many reinforcements in this area, the Kriegers weren't actually able to push that far. Oh my god, look at this side now. So yeah, as soon as the bodies are all filled up on this flank, the Kriegers made a glorious charge right across it into the Mobian 6th here. And the Chaos have just been held firm on the flank. That's absolutely magnificent. And they filled up the entire trench with blood. It has been a brutal fight. And the body piles, man. Look at all these. These weren't here before. We're making literal mountains over this side. Some of this blood is quite impassable as well, though. Little Timmy be praised. He's going to be very happy with that. Brittany's also been very much praised in here. Brittany loves the body piles. Little Timmy loves his puddles of blood, which is my favourite Chaos cover band. Oh my god, look at that. These demons, man, they just pushed right in. The Imperials have been completely pushed back from this defensive location now. But the demons are taking a hell of a beating. I've got to say, even with this demonic presence in the centre line here, they're still struggling to get through. That is a lot of conscript firepower coming out of there. Just sheer weight of auto guns, bullets per second. Although the demonic presence is starting to spread across the battlefield now, you can see that most of the Krieger lines have actually been kind of worn down for now, which has allowed these Chaos to push over. the top here, especially with that demonic presence. You can see the blocks of kriegers. So if we zoom out just a little bit, all these little darker patches that you can see in amongst the units here, they're the kriegers ready and waiting to get to the front. So you can see that we've got a couple of groups just eager, but unfortunately they're currently stuck behind conscripts who can't back up or can't go anywhere. Oh my god, this is just a brutal constant assault. There's hardly any shovel presence on the front line now. But is it needed? I mean, this is just a gore factory. Every single second. So many chaos are dying. I mean, the Imperials now, 1.4 million kills under their belts. That's pretty dang impressive. The chaos have got 1.1 million left, with only 140,000 Imperial defenders. This could come really down to the wire here. 58,000 have already perished. And the demons seem to be getting further and further. And that is a lot now that have all ganged up on this front line. Again, though, luckily the kriegers keep channeling forward, trying to add reinforcements to the front line, distracting the chaos just enough here to allow their reinforcements to start to take hold. A little bit concerned, though, because it doesn't look like the chaos are sort of running out of demons a little bit. I can't see as many pouring in anymore. That we have got a considerable shovel presence again on this particular flank. I think it's because of these guys over here who are just doing the Emperor's work, quite frankly. And I mean, that's a lot of guns backing them up. The Chaos are taking so many losses over this side. But the Chaos, though, they're still struggling, like I said, even with the Plague Ridden in amongst them here. They are not been able to push the Imperials back that far at all. But the Imperials need to recapture the ground yet, though. How's our flank doing on this side? How are you kriegers doing? Oh my god, look how far they've pushed forward. So it does look like we've managed to capture some of the trench network. It's been an extremely bloody fight over this side, though. But we are grinding that way forward, slowly but surely, taking out the chaos. But the Krieger line is getting thinned out as well. I mean, you can see individual battles here. Looks like we had one there, we got one there, another one here. We're on our fourth battle now, by the looks of it, for this particular flank. Yeah, that Krieger line is getting really thinned out, actually. Only 800,000 cows remaining, though. I say only. That's still like an 8-to-1 ratio here. Oh my god, look at this. That's so deep. That is actually impassable now. Little Timmy can get his rubber dinghy in that one. I don't know if that's good or bad for the Imperials on this side, because it sort of funnels the demons as well as the Imperial Guard firepower. Chaos have actually made some really good gains with that demonic push. I mean, look at that. They've almost pushed over the entire side of the body pile here. That's pretty dang impressive, guys. So what I think I want to do very quickly is just hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera. I think we'll go for a bit more of an overhead view here, so we can see a bit more of the battlefield. Let's see if Chaos managed to recapture that ground, or are the Imperials gonna get it for them? Back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this. Quite an interesting development is starting to happen here. The Chaos are running out of reinforcements in the center. The demonic incursion is over. The Imperials are starting to push forward. We've got a Krieger line starting to reform on this absolutely gigantic body pile. I mean, just look at this thing. It's truly massive. It's not just how big it is, it's wide, it's tall, and it's also very, very long. I mean, if this battle is not a praise to Khorne, I don't know what is. I mean, the main bulk now of the Chaos army here, the Mobian 6th, it's actually pushing in from this flank now. They did manage to make their way through quite a few of the Kriegers on this side, but they have been met with the Imperial guns still blasting them. As you can see, look, the Kriegers, while doing a magnificent job of holding back this flank, are now starting to wear out thin. But again, we've got plenty of guns backing them up all here. Now, if we go along to the other side of the battlefield, let's have a look what happened on this flank over here. So it looks like a lot of the Imperials have started to push forward. We've still got a Krieger presence on here and a very, very slow trickle of chaos, which is making its way to that front line. Again, all the units are trying to make their way from this side now. Look at this. You can see Imperial tanks still blasting them. All these little patches over the floor here. That's where an Imperial tank shell has hit and killed a bunch of chaos. And just look at how patchy the floor is. The Imperial Liber Russes here have put in so much work, it's actually unbelievable. the Chaos completely running out of reinforcements in the center. It's just this slow trickle now that is starting to come in. And this is the bulk of the army for the Chaos. We've got that flank over there, but I think that'll be wrapped up pretty neatly. I think there's far too many guns over this side for the Chaos to actually be able to deal with. I mean, we have got Renegade Gunners who are standing up on top, blasting down into the Imperial line, so there is an exchange of gunfire going on. So it could still all to play for here, but with only now a 3-to-1 ratio from our previous 8-to-1, it's looking a little bit more grim here for our Mobian 6th. It looks like the Imperials might actually be able to manage to capture the center line, especially with still having a Krieger presence, which is absolutely amazing. There weren't actually that many melee Kriegers in this battle, so it just shows you how resilient they've been. But look at this, it is now a slow trickle coming in from that side. So once again, I think we are going to hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera, but we're going to go over to this side here. Yeah, let's try and capture a lot of the battle. I want to try and capture as much as possible here, so you can see all the units coming in. So we can see at least this flank here, and we'll see, will the Imperials push forward? Are the Chaos going to recapture it? Because they've still got a lot of units, but yeah, we'll find out. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this. Despite the insane Chaos incursion here, with their demonic presence, it does look like the Imperials have actually managed to capture the majority of the center of the battlefield now. And I think it's safe to say this is pretty much an Imperial God victory. The Chaos now no longer able to make any concerted effort, but look at this. I mean, we have made some fantastic architecture here today. There's not a single part of this line that's not completely covered in corpses and blood. It's insane. I mean, we can actually still see a little bit of a trench line on this side, at least. But my god, what an absolutely insane battle this has been. But I do think, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be calling it this one here. But of course, we have to cleanse the battlefield, ready for the next Krieger regiment to come and secure the land. And as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And massive shout out to all you channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the amazing ChaoticPinky store. We've got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.